Alright, we've talked about his backstory, we've talked about his abilities and fighting style, now it's time to get into what Hidan actually does in his run in the series of Naruto. Spoilers ahead. Now, Akatsuki operates in pairs for the most part, and Hidan's partner is pictured here at Kakuzu, and I will be going into his story, backstory, and abilities in another series of videos. But it starts with him and Kakuzu traveling and doing Akatsuki missions as necessary. Hidan's introduction to the story begins in earnest when he and Kakuzu successfully capture the Two Tails Jinchuriki Yugito Ni and deliver her to Zetsu. At this point, Hidan and Kakuzu meet up with two other Akatsuki members, Deidara and Sasori, to kind of trade notes, see what missions they need to be going on, and what grand Akatsuki missions are assigned to them. And at this point, Hidan and Kakuzu are both assigned to capture the Nine Tails Jinchuriki, none other than our main protagonist, Naruto. The ever-hustling Kakuzu wants to make a pit stop since they're already in the Land of Fire to kill a monk and collect the bounty on his head, as you do, and Hidan is at first a little disappointed in this because money is not his favorite thing to think about, but he perks up quite a bit when some Leaf Village shinobi show up to attack him as a counterattack, and he gets to do what he loves doing most: deliver carnage onto anyone who he deems worthy. The Leaf Village shinobi he is encountered with are a four-man cell composed of Asuma Sarutobi, Shikamaru Nara, and two other Leaf Village ninja that I almost exclusively refer to as those ninja guys. Seriously, they show up a lot. They do have names, they don't use them very often. A fight ensues, and true to form, Hidan becomes the three-hole punch to Asuma Sensei's notebook paper, the fork to his baked potato, the Swiss to his cheese. He stabs him. I shouldn't joke, it's actually pretty upsetting. Hidan and Kakuzu end up fleeing the scene, leaving Shikamaru with Asuma Sensei's recently ventilated corpse. Now, if you know anything about Shikamaru Nara, you should know that this is far from over, and even though Hidan is immortal, his days of freely wandering the countryside are numbered. Hidan and Kakuzu are on their way to re-engage back in the mission of capturing Naruto, and Shikamaru, Ino, Choji, and Kakashi jump them. Now, two immortal Akatsuki members with lots of experience under their belt are a bit too much to handle in an all-out brawl, but that's never been Shikamaru's style, and neither Kakashi's for that matter. Instead, Shikamaru works really hard with the group to separate the two and is able to use Shadow Possession Jutsu in order to lure Hidan far away from where Kakuzu is fighting the others. He even manages to trick Hidan into thinking that he had drawn some of Shikamaru's blood, when in fact, like some sort of tiny package of hot sauce you get at Taco Bell, he had dropped a little bit of the blood of our friend Kakuzu on his instrument of pain instead of his own. This has consequences for Kakuzu, but that's for his video. Really, what happens with Hidan and Shikamaru means that Hidan does not successfully end Shikamaru right then and there. Shikamaru manages to bring Hidan deep into the Nara woods, which are taken care of by his clan, and only his clan know all the secrets and locations in it. It isn't long until Hidan is trussed up like a Thanksgiving turkey and set with an entire flip book of explosive tags. And after a quick game of Pop Goes the Cultist, Hidan is reduced to wet confetti in this very deep hole. POV, you're Hidan's head in this hole, and Shikamaru is come to ask you about your site's extended warranty. Hidan is still alive, of course, and he arrogantly warns Shikamaru that he will be back to tear out his throat, but Shikamaru can't hear him with all that dirt in his mouth and on the rest of his body parts as he buries him alive. And we get one of the coldest panels of Shikamaru throughout the series, in which he tells Hidan, "Jashin is no longer your god. I am, and I'm delivering judgment unto you right now." We never do hear from Hidan again. Presumably he's just starving away deep within the Nara woods where only the Nara clan knows where he is. He doesn't come back in Edo Tensei in the Fourth Shinobi War because he is not gone, so he can't be resurrected via Edo Tensei. There is an anime arc or like a few little filler pieces where Kabuto seems to make a clone out of snakes of him somehow. It's unclear if it's actually his consciousness like controlling it. I mean, he also seems to have been able to do this by going to the Nara woods, which he shouldn't be able to do. He wouldn't know where Hidan was, and if he did, why not just dig him up? So we're left to assume that even in the Boruto days, he is still down there chewing on dirt and vowing some more revenge against Shikamaru, who is probably sleeping a lot better than he is.